Oh, okay.
That's
Does-
new. Yeah.
Oh, that's new? I just got to got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right, recording progress. All right, before we start the meeting, I don't know if any of you've known, I just found out about an hour ago that one of our former members, Carlton Patrick, passed away
Oh.
uh, a few days, I guess.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, he was even after he retired, he was in contact with me, and they said he died at home. Like, I think it was the 9th. I'm not sure, but that would be last Wednesday.
Oh,
But
man.
he was in contact with me even when he was off the commission, saying if he could help in any way to call him, because he couldn't physically get to the meetings, but he would make himself available with anything that he would remember. But before we start the meeting, I just like to take a moment of silence for Cotton, and then we'll get underway. Thank you. All right, it was, as you know, we call the meeting to order. First thing on the agenda is the minutes of the last meeting. I don't know if everybody's had a chance to look it over and have any additions or subtractions or whatever. No, nobody's.
Well, I read over them, but I was not at the last meeting,
Yes.
so I cannot offer any corrections, but they seemed okay to me.
All right, then I guess we'll take a motion. If somebody wants to make a motion to accept,
I'll make the motion.
all right, motion's made.
Seconded.
Motion's made second to accept the minutes of the
Who
last
second?
meeting.
Who seconded that? Marjorie?
Marjorie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All those in favor signify
Aye.
by
Aye.
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 Okay.
Always
Unanimous.
happy to offer a second.
Yeah. Unanimous. Okay. And one of the things on the top of the agenda was basically the renovations update, which Bernadette and I can fill you guys in. I can start just by saying we're in pretty good shape. We've got a lot of new stuff that just came in. As far as furniture or display things, and Ronnie Paulus is going to put wheels on them so that they can be movable around the museum. Other than that, just been cleaning up the inside and getting ready for hopefully in September in the fall to put a big push to really get things set up and get things going. But I mean, Bernadette can explain more.
My hope is to get over there a little bit over the summer to do a little bit things, but I think I'd like to set a reopening goal, and I was thinking November, either Veterans Day or for the town's 2nd anniversary, which is late November. So I think if we set we need to set a goal, or otherwise I know myself, if there's no deadline, it's just going to get pushed off and off and off. So and I think that'll be good, because after the fall we can get more people involved and really get going on it. But I think if I can try to get over there in the summer to at least identify all the collections and what we want to do things with, and then get it going. And after the first of July, after July 1st, we'll have new budget money, so I can buy the printer that I wanted, so I can do the printing of things when I'm sitting there, instead of going back and forth and all these other things that make it really hard to get things done. So we're moving forward. It's slow, but it's a lot of stuff, and I've resigned myself that it's going to take longer than I had hoped, but that's, it's reality.
Yeah. It's reality, and we're just coming out of, in a sense, we're coming out of COVID, and it's, I felt it would be great that we take the July, like we voted at the last meeting, take July and August off, because everybody needs to get out and and enjoy the summer, enjoy life. We've been cooped up for a year. Go out and enjoy life, and in September we come back, and I'd like to come back and have the meeting in the museum in September, and and then, put the feet to the pavement and get it going so that we can open up and have.
So just
things
while you were
going.
talking about September, I have complications on the September meeting dates. I can't do either the 13th or the 20th in either of the Mondays in September. I can't do. So we could move it to a Tuesday, or we could go until the last week, the 27th. But I can't, or you could have the meeting without me, but I don't, that's up to you guys. I can't do the 14th. I can get someone else to run it if you guys want to run it without me, but I'm just thinking postpone it till the day after, the Tuesday, the 14th, if that works for everybody. Is there anyone that Tuesday is bad for?
Fine by me.
Yeah,
I
I
can-
teach a class on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay. What time is it? So you wouldn't be available at 5?
Yeah, I teach I gotta be in Roxbury
Okay.
at 5:30.
Okay.
Oh.
So do we want to just postpone it till the 27th? Late September?
I am available on the 27th.
Well, on the topic, since if we're planning on doing it in meeting or in-person stuff, would the second Monday of the month at 5 still work for everybody, or would we have to?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, the people that work out of town, like Steve, Steve, I think you're the one that's probably out of town the most on them.
Yeah, that time, the Monday still works for me. I don't
Okay.
take anything on Monday nights.
Does everyone else, does that still work for them? Because I'd love a 5 o'clock meeting to be done earlier than the night meeting.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sure.
get me out of here. Yeah, be done
Yeah.
for the day.
Are you
I
good,
come
Mark?
straight from work right to the museum. And
Okay.
then
Yeah, I've got a standing 6:30 on the second Monday with the
Mhm.
writers group. So, it's a little crazy for me, but sure, if I'm gonna be out, I'll just bring
Yeah.
snacks.
Yeah.
Just,
I assume the writers group is probably going to come back to the library once you're able to, correct?
I think that's the
Yeah.
plan. I believe
Yeah.
we're going to still plan on doing a hybrid.
Yeah.
If at all possible, because we have people that aren't always able to come, and they've been really appreciative.
Just so you know, we're looking at getting hybrid equipment for the library so we can do like more professional hybrid meetings where.
That would
so,
be really
yeah.
good.
So that would be great. Okay, that's a different
Yeah.
topic. Okay.
Yep.
So do you want to just postpone till the 27th then?
that works for me.
Yeah,
Everyone good with that?
5 o'clock.
Pam, is that good for you?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it is, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
So,
I like to make a suggestion. So if we move it to the 27th of September,
Mhm.
that would only be 2 weeks before we have
Yeah.
another meeting. So I might as well just skip the October meeting unless something,
we can decide that on the 27th and see where we are.
all right,
Yeah, we can decide that night if we don't think we need the October, we could skip it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if we're gonna,
Okay.
right, because if we're gonna open in October, we might want to have, if not a formal meeting, then, some kind of get together.
informal.
If the goal is November opening, we might really need an October meeting, even if it is just 2 weeks later,
Mm.
and that's pretty good. We can just make the decision that night.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay,
okay.
so.
Yeah.
September 27th at 5 PM
At the museum.
at the museum.
Okay.
That way there, everybody at the museum.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
The only thing was a budget update you
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
update.
So we have $99.22 left in our budget that we have to spend before the end of June or we lose it. I'm gonna wait. So I'm gonna see if Ronnie buys the casters that we need. That'll probably take care of it. If he doesn't, I'll buy paper for the Crimful Commons. I'll just go and buy it in something so we have some supplies to not wait.
Give
give
it
money
back.
because we give it back if we don't spend it. We still have $1,800 in the gift fund. $1,800.93 in the gift fund. And on July 1st, our budget increased from $4,500 to $6,000 next year. So we got,
Wow.
and then we didn't even ask for it. The town just gave us $1,500. So that's nice. So we'll figure out what we're going to spend that on. I'm not sure if I don't think it includes the plan for the air conditioning and the service upgrade because I don't think that's enough to cover it. So I have to talk to Dennis about what that, getting the air conditioning units in there because we're going to need those over the summer. Obviously, it's pretty warm in the building without them.
Well, for preservation as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the ones that were in there were just window room things that if you weren't sitting right in front of them, they didn't do anything to the room, to the
Yeah.
building anyway. So we're gonna get, I think it's gonna be 2 mini splits that should do the whole room, the whole building quite well. And they also have, mini splits also have dehumidifiers built into them too. So even when it's not super hot out, you can put the dehumidifiers on to keep the building dry. So
We have mini splits. They're great.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I got mine on
Yeah.
right now, taking
Yeah.
the moisture out of it.
okay. So that's
But-
all I have as far as the budget. I spent this month. We spent $35 to register Marjorie and I for the Mass Historical Alliance Conference.
Yeah.
Marjorie, I don't know if you want to talk about what you attended last week.
I did. They had some technical problems, so I wasn't able to attend the afternoon sessions,
Okay.
but I did attend the morning session that was talking about volunteer recruitment and the importance of volunteers. I did take notes. I should have sent them to you all. I can if I can send them to you, Bernadette, you
Sure.
can
Share them.
forward. So I did take notes, and I'll send myself a note, give myself a note to send.
And there's
okay.
another session they're having on the 29th of June that was included with the registration for that I'm going to attend. Off the top of my head, I don't remember the topic, but I have it on my calendar. So it's $35 for it was a pretty reasonable price for.
Yeah, I also heard the keynote speaker,
Okay.
and it was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't, a lot of it was challenging because it was talking about race and inclusion, and we're a very white town. But I did talk about the challenges of low income and class, and challenges that way, and making things more accessible. I don't even, it's been a while now. But
And the other expense was $12.99. I bought some archival quality sheet protectors when I was looking at the those school documents. So that, Steve, the ones that you had them on your top 10 things, they were like founding documents for one of the schools.
Yeah.
And they're these 200-year-old documents that were in just crappy sheet protectors that with staples around them. So I haven't put them in there, but I bought some archival quality sheet protectors, and I scanned the original documents. So we can display the scanned copies and keep the originals in some kind of a nice binder somewhere where they're protected, because they're 200-year-old documents that having just, they were just not well protected in my
Should
opinion.
probably do that. We should probably do that as well with those Thompson documents, especially
Right.
the letters home,
Well, I got-
French name.
I've got a whole section of them. What I did, I actually looked, you can actually buy bound volumes to put these things in. And I didn't want to buy the bound volumes till I know how many we need, because you can actually have things put on them. So it could say, I was thinking like Bellingham 1719, like one for each 100 years or something. And then we'd have nice bound documents that we could, if someone wanted to look at the originals, they could look at them in the sheet protectors. But if we're just going to display them in a display case, we could display the scanned copies and not have the originals being touched by as many people. So those were $12.99 for 50 of them. So yeah, the Thompson papers probably would be another great thing to put in those. The only other thing that I have is the Crimfield comments. I did start working on an article about Macros for it. I'm just going to share my screen so I can show you guys what I wrote up. So what I did is I just told people what Macros is, how many items we have on the list, and then I pulled out some of the things that I thought were places people would know. And I think we can put some of the pictures of these things in there. It has a link to Macros so people can go there, and then telling them that we'll be looking at our collections and adding additional items to the state list if we think it's warranted. So I think that's a really good beginning article. And I like the Curly House is on there, and so I put recently demolished next to that because, but it was on the list, but they were listed as private property. So I don't know if Steve, I don't know if you could write something a little bit about what you're talking about writing about the preservation process, or what the town can and can't do. What we can and can't do at this point. I think we could use someone to write another article a little bit more to explain to people the limits of what we can do at this point based on what our
Who's the
limited
audience for
powers.
this? Just
It's just the general public. It's the people that subscribe to the Crimfield comments.
Yeah, right now, I mean, just so
Yeah.
we're all on the same page, unless I'm
Yeah.
not misunderstanding, there's nothing we
Nothing,
can
right.
do with force, and there's
Right.
little we can do. We don't even get notifications that someone wants to demolish or change.
Right.
So if we get a notification, we can ask, to document or be part of the process.
I think didn't Jim Cupfer say something about they would try to keep us in the loop
Yeah.
with Bud? So I don't know. I think, and I don't know that we have to have a ton of content, because if we use this as the basis and put pictures of a lot of these buildings in, that could fill up a lot of the space. Put pictures of the things that they're talking about. I didn't see the mile marker as being on that list.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah, so that's something obviously that
Needs to
should
be
be, that should be added. And like the school bell, there's definitely things that we could add to that, to talk about adding to the state list. So, but I think getting something out I'd like to get something out for the Crimfield Commons by the end of July. We don't have money to mail it till after July 1st anyway. So if anyone can think of any articles just talking about historical buildings, I don't know if there's something like an article about the old town hall. I don't know if somebody can write something. Pam, do you guys have anything on any of the old buildings that we could just repurpose?
Do you mean like the history of it, or?
Yeah. I mean,
Let me look through and see if I
okay.
can. Nothing is ringing a bell off the top.
Yeah.
Kind
'Cause I
of
mean,
I got a whole lot of interest when I've written on my blog about the old the trolley bed for the trolley that used to come to Silver Lake. That was multiple shares. There was actually quite a lot of interest in the existence of trolleys.
That might, the whole Silver Lake as an amusement park might be a good summer article. What was Bellingham like in the summer 100 years ago?
It might even some information as to, because they all originated from Woonsocket. The
Yeah, right,
Woonsocket
yeah.
Historical Commission might have
Yeah.
some archive on that also.
And it might be something that someone else has already written that we could just ask permission to share if we can find.
Excuse me, there's a bunch of those books that, do you remember those books that Ernie Taft did?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's stuff in those. I can, and a couple of other books I have. Let me go through. I'll see what I can find, and I'll send it out to you.
I think that would be cool, like Summers Past, Bellingham and Summers Past, and then we can
And I
just
know-
have, yeah.
Great photo of the carousel at Hoag Lake.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
So something like that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think like Summers, if we could do something with where we at the museum, where the commission is looking at our current assets, and hey, in the Summers Past, and I think that's enough content. We don't really need a ton of stuff. We just get something.
So there was a document sitting out on the desk. I don't know, Rick or somebody left it out on the desk, and I ran by and took a peek at it. One of the stories, you mentioned Hoag Lake, one of the stories was of a balloonist whose balloon burst or failed or something, and he fell into Hoag Lake, and everybody was all up in arms. Of course, no electric lights. They didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
And subsequently he swam up on shore. So, it was sort of a story with a happy ending, but that was among those documents that were sitting on the
Okay.
desk. And
Yeah.
I don't
I mean,
know if they are now.
We probably have a lot of information,
Right. Yeah.
but we just got so much stuff, we don't even know where half of it is.
Well,
We
there
had
was
we had a float plane land about 10 years ago, and that was spent the night.
But I think just a story about when it was the entertainment center
Exactly.
of Bellingham could be
Oh, yeah.
Bellingham and Summers Past kind of thing, and that's
Oh, I
where-
remember sneaking in to see Tiny Tim play there.
Oh, see, now we gotta get the source. Oh, you've got the stories, Rick. I haven't heard that.
I climbed the fence because I didn't want to pay to see him. I climbed the fence off of Lakeview Avenue. I was a kid, but Tiny Tim was playing at Silver Lake.
Yeah.
I said, I don't want to pay to see him. I said, well, but I climbed the fence and came in the back way.
Is that the tiptoeing through the tulips guy?
Yeah, yes,
Yep.
it is. Yes.
Yep. And he sang that too.
Okay, yeah.
Of course, what else do
Yeah.
people know?
I don't know, yeah, what else did he sing? Did he sing anything else? I don't know what else.
I don't know either.
So that's, and then the last thing I have, I gotta take my headset off so I can grab it to show you. Hang on.
I believe too that Silver Lake in the past, years ago, Marcel Crapo used to tell me there was a motorcycle
Some woman
group
named, oh,
that
sorry.
came, a motorcycle gang that used to meet every year at Silver Lake, and they have a party there. Now, I don't know if there's any newspaper articles or whatever, but
There were
can't ask
certainly
Marcel about
parties. There
Yeah.
were certainly parties, and
I
they were
mean-
quite loud when I moved here in the summer. It traveled up the lake.
There's definitely a few sources. I mean, I meant to pull something, but photographs would be the big thing. So Pam, if you have that carousel picture, that would be great. So the last
Okay.
thing we got this package in the mail from Ruth Fry of Amherst, Ohio, and it's a photo album, and it has a whole bunch of 4x6 postcards of all these Bellingham.
Oh my goodness.
So there's a whole, there's a couple dozen postcards in here. They're in great shape. So it says, to duplicate this order. So it looks like you had to someone bought the whole set of postcards from some company.
There,
They don't look like they've been, oh yeah, does that have words on the back of them? Let me take one out, hang on. But they look like copies, like the Deep Tangled Wildwood postcard.
I've
Miss
seen-
E.B. Cook, Bellingham, Mass. Cook with an E. So these are very cool.
the postcards themselves are not old though, are they, Bernadette?
I don't know. The thing they're in are really old. I mean, the thing itself looks. This
There
looks.
any
50
postage?
postal, it
Is
says
there a
postal
stamp?
a duplicate. No, it's Ideal Specialty Company, Chicago, New Orleans. It doesn't really say in the beginning. Let's see. An old.
Were they mailed?
An old. Oh, well, they do have. This one, this space for Mrs. E.B. Cook. This space for address only. Well, there's no postage on it, but it does have a name E.B. Cook, Bellingham, Mass. on each one of them. So I don't know. I could write back to her and get more information if she knows it. Like I do have her contact info.
Bernadette, I was
yeah.
looking for photographs for the history book
Yeah.
website that you can go to, and you can order old postcards like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess the question is, did she just order them from that website? In
Right.
which case it would be duplicates,
Right.
or does she actually have original copies of the
The
postcards?
postcards, right? Yeah. They haven't been mailed, but they do have, like, if you look at this one, it has like an address. I don't know if that can focus or not, but it's addressed to somebody, but there's no postage on it. Miss E.B. Cook, Bellingham, Mass. So they have a name on. So I don't know. I can write to her to find more information about how she came across, where'd she get them from. But regardless, they're great pictures of a lot of locations, some of them that I've never seen. Looking south from Bullard's Corner, North Bellingham, Mass. After ice storm, 1904. So there's some really interesting things in here. Some of them I have pictures I definitely have seen for. The Dairy House, I don't know what that says. And the Rude Bucket that is something in the well, but they're very, I mean, some of them are, this picture we've seen before of the school, some of them are ones that have been around, and that's the town hall. That one's been around.
Is that the Massey School?
I think it is, but what does it say? It says they all have it. That just says Bellingham, Mass. Dear to our hearts is all it says on it. It doesn't say the name of which school it was.
It looks like the Massey
Never
School.
to be forgotten. That's the town hall.
Yeah.
That's the Eldridge House. So this one is the one that's been on everything. Actually, that's on the cover of our book, Pam. That's the one that was on everything. Yeah. So there's some things in here that I've never seen before. So dams and mills and all kinds of things. So that was I wrote a thank you to her. If we could, it might be good to find out where she got it from. And that's all I have. So
That's all.
Yeah.
So we're basically, we jumped into new business. So does anybody else have anything on the new business they'd like to bring up?
Just I got my notes from the history conference and I will write them up. I obviously didn't make a document of it, but I will. And we'll send those to
So
you.
Carlton Patrick's obituary is online. It was
Yeah,
June
Claudia's
9th.
funeral home.
It was June 9th, and it's the 17th. It's this Thursday at Cartier's.
Yeah, it was a week ago. Yeah, last Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was last Wednesday he passed away.
Yeah.
It's the
I didn't
7th.
know him. It's the 17th at 1 p.m. at Cartier's, a funeral service. Yeah.
At Claudia's.
Visiting time 12 to 1 before the service on Thursday. I didn't know him, so I knew
Yeah.
the name, but I've never met him.
Big
Okay,
guy.
Do you think we should put that in the comments?
Yeah, we could put. Well, the other thing we could put in the criminal comments, we could put a thing about Bob Donahue and him, because Bob Donahue passing, the commission members, because he was a commission member, correct, Bob?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe I'll do it. Yeah, I can add an obituary, like a in memory section. That'll Bob Donahue and
Carlton Patrick. In fact, let's see, do I have 17, 20? Oh, I thought I had, I got Carlton Patrick on the list, but it only has his 2017 to 2020. It doesn't have how far back he went.
Yeah.
But
I can find that in the town. We have the town reports, so I can have Cecily.
He's been on for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can have.
For a while.
I can go back through the town reports and see if we can find out how long it was, or even if we just say longtime member, if we can't get details. And then
That's what I put. I put it on the historical commission
Okay.
site and just said longtime member, and he's also a volunteer call firefighter, but
Oh, okay.
that was many years ago, and I don't even know how long he was on with that. I don't even know if we have records.
And his wife, I guess his wife was a Crooks, according to this.
Yeah.
His wife was Mildred Crooks. So there,
He's in the history book too. I interviewed him for the history book
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
there too.
Oh, so we'll have information in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'll put that'll be it, and like an in memoriam section would be good in the criminal comments too. Yep. Good.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna, and like Domino's, they say isn't coming down right away, but we also made it imperative that Dennis knows that we're gonna need storage facility.
Yeah.
When things start to get pressing, because
he made it
we got
sound
stuff
like
everywhere.
he made it sound like they're widening the road first and the building is coming down after the road is done. So he thinks it's months, if not a year, before the building's coming down. So there'll be no hurry. But he does know when that happens, we need space. So so we have time to go through everything, because there's not enough room in that building to keep the rest of the stuff. So.
No,
Okay.
definitely not. But I gotta. I'm gonna get a hold of Ronnie, just to let you guys know too. They're supposed to redo those front steps going in. I'm gonna check with Ronnie on that. That's supposed to be done this summer, this season, so that it'll be easier access.
Is there handicapped access at the back of the building?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
We have
there
a
is.
ramp.
Yeah. There's a ramp in the back, but the front, the steps are just crumbling in place. They need to be repaired. The
And they're not up to code.
Yeah.
The steps aren't code,
Yeah.
so they're supposed to be straightening that out this summer. So I gotta not pressure, I'll just remind Ronnie to remind the DPW or whatever.
Yeah.
But other than that, I just wish everybody a great summer. And if there's anything, you guys, if there's anything you want to contact me, you know how to get a hold of me. And we can see you guys in September the 27th at 5 o'clock.
In person.
In person, that'd be great. Yeah, so
Okay.
if anybody wants to make a motion to adjourn or has anything else, we can.
A motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, motion's made and second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Well, thank you very much
Great.
for coming out and coming out to your computer. We'll get you out, hopefully. We'll see you guys at the end of the summer.
Okay.
All right.
Have a
It was
great
great seeing everybody.
Bye. Take care.
Forward
Have
to
a good
seeing
one.
you in
Take
person.
care.
Yeah. See ya. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.